know this isn't exciting stuff. But, so before you is a brand new fund balance policy. This isn't something that the city has had in the past. There's been some pieces, but this is a formal policy. Essentially, it's best practice for every municipality to set forth rules to say we're going to hold, how much in contingency in case there's an emergency, and kind of set forth the framework for when you can use fund balance. So I've laid that out here. Just going into a little bit of specifics, the fund balance policy basically says we'll have around an equivalent of 3 months of budgeted expenditures on hand. That's the goal. 3 months is something that our peers are going after, both locally and nationally. The policy also then kind of sets a min and a max. It says we should have a minimum of 2 months. If we're going to go after 3, 2 is our minimum. The minimum of 2, I got that from the GFOA, which is the Government Finance Officers Association. That was their recommendation. And then just to balance it out, if we're at going for 3, 4, kind of set a limit. I'd like to have that limit in there because I think it's fair to the taxpayers to say, hey, we're not going to strive to have too much cash on hand. That would basically say that we've accumulated too much. And then the policy, again, as I said, it goes on to say that use of fund balance in a general fund budget is not recommended. But if we were to use that, what are we going to do to protect ourselves going forward so that we don't deplete that? And then in the end, this ultimately gets into a little bit of accounting terminology and says who has the authority to designate a couple of the different categories of fund balance.
Move for approval.
Okay.
We have a motion. Is there
Second.
a second? And any discussion? Jason, you answered it all already.
Thank you for the concise email that you sent us explaining it in advance.
You're welcome.
Alderman Vitale.
Jason, this is first time really that I experience whatever you said tonight. I think it makes a lot of sense, really. I never really.
It always makes sense.
I mean, in all fairness, I think you're doing a great job for the city.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sure.
Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Item 43 is an ordinance to authorize the finance director, comptroller to administer fund balance policy. And Jason, is this
Move for approval.
second part of the same?
Second.
And we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Is there anything else to properly come before the administration committee?
Move we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, the administration committee is adjourned.
Economic Development Committee will come to order. All members are present. First item on the agenda is item 44. It's an ordinance to create a minimum distance between premises for alcohol licenses, retail alcohol licenses. I'm not sure what that means.
Mr. Chair, let me, because I'm the one
Alderman Vitale.
that has sponsored the resolution. What really occurs, I mean, all those years that I've been around, we had a case on Beloit on 57 with a liquor store. Then where the other place was only about 150 feet away on Beloit Road, somebody tried to put it like a restaurant, or of course with beverage just as well. So, and we at that time we turned that down. So 300 feet, I think it makes logical for a liquor store we're talking about to be distance away from the present business. To me, I mean, it makes sense. We are probably 108th and Greenfield. The guy on the corner, I mean, it's only probably not even 70 feet away, So to me, they say business competition is good, but we talk about liquors, So to me, 300 feet, I think, will make more sense for us to adopt and, for the years to come, in West Dallas. Really, that's my opinion, So,
Mr. Chair?
Alderwoman Keene.
I don't think that we need a ordinance
on it, because we can kind of regulate that at the license level, that if we feel that there's too many saturation of liquor stores, that we have that validity to then not approve it. But I don't think that we should set something in place, because I also do agree in free enterprise and competition. I got an email from, a constituent about that new liquor store. And the goal to approve someone's business isn't ever to put anyone else out of business, but it's also to give that person a chance to make their business thrive. If that person wants to go where something is already established and has a solid business and give it a go, I say give it a go. And again, if we feel, and we've denied it before, with the Dollar Tree, because there were so many liquor stores in one area, so I don't feel that there needs to be a resolution on it.
But the way I feel, right along, Mr. Chairman, that if you have a ruling in place, we don't have to play around with that. To me, it's something that always, if we don't like somebody wants to open up only 30 feet away another liquor store, well, sure, we can deny that. But the fact that is, why go through that process when you say 300 feet would be the only way that you can open up another business, regardless, then again, a liquor store license permit.
Mr. Chair.
To me, I mean, it's not really nonsense. I think it makes sense. Why every time somebody comes around in West Dallas that he wants to open up a liquor store, well, he better find a place that's 300 feet away from the present business. To me, I mean, there's nothing really hard about it.
No.
That's my...
Mr. Chair, I think, and we saw it at a meeting, I think 2 council meetings ago, we approved Class B licenses, which were traditionally a tavern or a restaurant, for what are really going to be kind of hybrid liquor stores. Yep. So even the idea of saying, first of all, I don't think anybody supports the 300-foot setback for, say, restaurants, right? The combination B licenses, okay? Because we actually have, I believe Makers Row is going to have maybe a couple licensed premises right next to each other in the same building. So I don't think anybody's supporting that for Class Bs. But even doing it for Class A's, it just doesn't make sense to me, because then the people could just apply for a Class B if they're trying to get around that. I think we need to rely on the wisdom of the committees and the councils going forward to do the right thing. I don't know of a problem per se of having too many liquor stores. I mean, is it because somebody doesn't get served at one, they walk to the other one? Is that the perceived problem? I understand there is such a thing as too many, but whenever we've granted a new location with a liquor store license, it seems to me the biggest complaints, the written email comments that I got, was not from citizens, but from the nearby liquor store owner, who said liquor stores are bad for the community. We already have too many. Well, this is coming from liquor store owners who are essentially just trying to protect their own businesses. And we're not in the business of picking who gets to survive or whatever. So I'm not in favor of this.
I'm not in favor of it either. I think that the council has made wise decisions in the past, and as Alderwoman Keene said, we have the ability to say there's too many of a particular business in that area, too many liquor licenses right there. We've done this in the past, and I'm sure we're going to continue to do that in the future, where we don't want a neighborhood to be impacted by a proliferation of these type of businesses. But you could have an instance where you have, for instance, a grocery store that has a liquor license, a Class A to sell liquor as part of their grocery operation. There's a number of them around the city. And you have a liquor store that happens to want to move in the same shopping center. That's their business. The food stores have it there as a convenience to their customers. Maybe somebody doesn't want to go into the food store to buy their liquor today. They don't want to put up with the big aisles and the crowds, and they want to go to a smaller liquor store. So I say that should be discretion of the council, and I think it's been done wisely in the past, so I would not be in favor of this either.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I'm not saying that was not done wisely. I mean, I've been around
I know you have.
a while. You know, it's not the issue here. But the fact is, why we always have to come with somebody comes around says I like to put another liquor store only 40 feet away, and then we have to go through the process to deny it. You know, so if we have something on the books, I believe it makes more sense that the ordinance stands that 300 feet away if you want to open up another liquor store. So if you're less than that, you won't be able to open it. So to me, it would be something will stand more in a fashion where if somebody knows he can open up a liquor store, well, they're not going to do it if it's 100 feet away. To me, I mean, we have too many already, you know. We got too many already within our community, really. Even if they sell food, whatever they're selling, but still, it is too many. You know, I mean, I don't want to go outside this issue here, but there is a lot of other problems that have been occurring with even, and I have to say that with vaping, you know. I mean, people in the state, I mean, kids 18 years old can go and patronize those places, you know, and then the 15 years old is out there waiting for those cigarettes, you know. They cause more damage on their life than they do the old cigarettes, you know, and that's what it is. The state is wrong because the federal laws states that you have to be 21, but many of the states, like the legislature in Wisconsin here, 18, that's okay, but then you got a lot of young people, they're getting affect or damage their lungs, their life at the age of 15 or 14,
Only if it's
and
all
that's
you're off the
out
subject.
of the scope. I understand that. I said that early. So that's my question, is that those ruling about the 300 feet, I mean, I felt there was something fair, was nothing to chase business away from West Dallas, but already we have enough liquor stores in West Dallas. I don't care the way we feel about it, but that's the gospel truth.
I move to place on file.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor of placing this on file, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Vince, you want to vote no?
Well, I mean, I can vote aye. I mean, just to place on fire because what's the difference?
Okay.
I can vote yeah for.
Sure.
I mean,
Okay.
You're right. You're right.
yeah, I mean, what's
Ordinance be
I'm gonna
placed
be
on
the
file.
sole Pinocchio, you know?
Item 45 on the
really.
agenda, it's a new Class B tavern license for Burnsies LLC. It's Burnsies Bar and Grill at 9648 West Greenfield. David Burns, are you here? Yes. Come up,
Come up, have a seat.
have a seat here.
Thank you.
This is Dickens.
Correct.
Have you operated a business, a tavern before, or have access to working in a establishment that serve liquor?
I have not worked in a bar specifically. I started my restaurant career at the Chancery. If you remember that back in the day, there's
Yeah.
only one left.
Yep.
I started as a bartender and finished as a general manager, and I've been in restaurants ever since. So this is my first step with my wife and I buying our own establishment.
Okay, so you've got experience in the business.
Yes,
Okay, you're familiar with the liquor laws of the state of Wisconsin, correct?
absolutely.
You're gonna operate is the same, basically the same premise, or different than Dickens did?
It would be, my goal is to change the name,
Yeah.
remodel, and take it to another level, but without scaring away the regulars and the
You gonna
currents.
keep the same kind of food or different menu?
I will tweak the menu as I go, but I don't want to scare away all the regulars that are currently there. But I will make changes.
Subtle
slowly.
changes as you do it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, makes sense.
The big thing I'd really like to do is in the basement is to put in a full bar and a party room and be able to rent that out, cater, overflow for Packer games, dart leagues, have more space and opportunity down there as well.
Okay.
Mr. Chair? Are, you keeping the same staff, or are you looking to restaff, or is it?
Jeff has
Dana
been
has a job, but she's still at it.
accepting applications. My intent and why my wife and I pivoted to looking at Dickens was it's established business, and all but one employee said they would leave. Everybody's staying except one. So with that, our hope is to tweak some things, tighten up, say, liquor costs and some food costs a little bit, and keep the same employees.
I have a question on your hours of operation. You're only going to be open Sunday and Monday, huh?
You must have talked to my wife.
That's what it says.
Then I made a mistake that Monday would be. I'd follow.
Monday through Saturday, 2 p.m. to closing, the state closing law or whatever.
It would. Monday would open at 2. It's the same as Dickens does now.
Okay. What about Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday?
I'd be open at 11.
11. Okay. So Tuesday through Saturday, 11 till bar close.
Till bar close.
Okay. And somebody want to make that
I offer
motion to
that
amend it as an
I
amendment?
move to amend to those updated closing
I'll
hours.
second.
Mr. Chair,
Michael?
I would suggest that Dave and Tammy consider doing the 6 a.m.
That's what I would.
because we're not going to make you open at 6 a.m., but there may be a Packer game in London or that you might want to be able to
Early
open
morning
up for.
Badger game.
Early morning Badger. I always encourage applicants here to put the fullest extent. Yeah, we're really glad to see the kind of business model you're going to have. You can do lunch, and that kind of stuff. But
Just in case you want to have a party.
just in case you want to open sometime at 6 a.m. for
Wouldn't be
St.
able to
Patrick's Day
under-
or something.
Tie yourself
I,
down.
we're not going to make you open at 6 a.m. If we're amending that, I would suggest that we just do the 6
That would be
a.m.
great.
Yeah.
I mean,
We want
did
you to
it
be
for
successful.
41 years,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
And I
appreciate it.
withdraw my amendment. And Vince, you want to withdraw that second?
Yes, I'll withdraw.
State it.
And then amend the hours to the maximum under state law.
Okay, perfect. Is there a second to that
I'll
amendment?
second it.
Any discussion on the amendment? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Is there a motion on the license?
I move approval.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Great.
Do you have a time frame?
Goes to the SBA in a couple of days.
Oh,
so
okay. Okay.
Possibly by the end of the year, if not early in the
Well,
new
good.
year.
Yeah.
fine.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens in
No,
government. in December.
no.
But yeah, that's optimistic. I appreciate that. I'm glad you were able to find a spot in West Dallas too. By the
Well,
way.
yeah, it worked out. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm one of your older women, so, and I really enjoy your hat.
Duly noted.
Item 46, a new Class B tavern license, cigarette and cigarette license, public entertainment license for Safe Earth Hospitality. It's Flappers at 7527 Beecher. Blake, are you here? Want to come up?
Mr. Flapper. Oh, yeah.
Okay, this will be taking over, again, an existing license, taking over for Flappers. No violations. What kind of business you gonna run there? Same?
Yeah, same. Not going to change too much. Maybe update some of the technology, make it a little more streamlined that way. But keep
Full
the same.
service restaurant?
Yeah,
Mr. Chair, I had a chance to speak to the applicant. The current operator, who is Blake is Mark's son.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's a
The same
generational
stuff-
passing on of the
I
business.
didn't
It's my
realize that.
understanding of it, at least.
Okay, good.
So and Blake, you've been working there already.
Same, basically the same thing, just
yeah,
new person running it.
yep, exactly.
And again, the hours of operation, basically opening to closing under state law.
I move approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay,
Thank you very much. Appreciate
Nice and
it.
easy. Good luck.
Item 47 is a conditional use permit for the recreation facility at 6325 West National. They already have a liquor license. so.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. And item 48 is conditional use permits for Las
You got to pronounce that, Tom.
Yeah.
All of it.
Casuelas.
Las Casuelas Chile. Oh, I shouldn't have tried that.
See,
Oh,
that's,
I don't smell any samples.
I didn't have it printed out all the way on this.
Chilaquila,
Usually
It's
there's samples.
6738 West Greenfield.
maybe that's what.
I move approval.
Again,
Second.
they're not asking for a liquor license at this time. That'll come before us later. It's been
Can you
moved and
pronounce the
seconded.
name for us?
Casuelas.
And then the second word?
Right.
Oh, that's easy.
And what is it?
Chilaquiles. Why did I have trouble with that?
Well, it
sounds
delicious.
Ah, sounds good.
Hungry already.
And when do you plan on opening? This spring? Good. All right, any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. And that's it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned.
All right.
Very good.